Hey guys, Razor from the Manitoba Preppers Network. What I'm doing today is I figured it'd be easier to explain some of the stuff about the budget survival series in video format or audio or whatever I come up with video. So what I'm getting into is I discovered I don't have a sufficient bob bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you along in my journey to, under a little bit of financial constraint, build a bob bag. Now, some of the gear may start out being not perfect or not as desirable as, say, something better quality. An example I can think of would be I saw Canadian Tire for $20, a single AA flashlight, LED flashlight, about 60 lumens. I had one, I lost it, don't know where it went, but the idea is it was 20 bucks, good quality, 60 lumens, ran on a single AA battery. Now the idea behind buying that flashlight is down the road, as I save up money, once I've got a kit that works, that will get me by, I can then save up and buy individual items that are a little more costly. So I may go from that cheaper flashlight, I may go and upgrade to a Phoenix, like say an LD10 or a Nightcore single AA model. Now me personally, I like to centralize my batteries, especially in a system like a bob bag, so I'm probably going to stick with AA. So everything that runs on batteries is going to be AA. That way if the radio needs batteries, it's in my kit, it'll be AA. Flashlight needs batteries, AA. Headlamp, AA. You get the idea. I'm doing things on a budget. After food preps and everything, I'm lucky if I have $50 to $75 to spend on gear. And even then, I don't always spend on that because there's other things I may need. So I'm doing this on a bit of a budget, but where I will be taking you is I'll be showing you a bit of the non-traditional, or I shouldn't say non-traditional, but the lesser known ways of saving money. Some people think the dollar store's got great deals. They probably do on some things. On others, for instance, I have some microfiber cloths. I used to buy them all the time at the dollar store for $1 each. Recently, for $4, I found 8 at Canadian Tire. That just shows you the dollar store doesn't always have the best deals. Not saying I won't shop for some gear at the dollar store, okay? But I can definitely, do a lot with lower amounts of funds, and down the road upgrade to higher quality, more desirable gear. This will be a lot of, my first thing I'm going to need to do, which is probably going to cost a bit more than I could do in a month, is get a decent backpack. So we want the bob bag to be mobile, and I think something I should really talk about is the philosophy I have of a bob bag. For me, a bob bag, since I live in an urban area, isn't going out living in the wilderness until the crap that hit the fan settles. For me, the bob bag is something I keep in the back of the truck, in the toolbox. And if I get stuck at work, I've got stuff to help me live, or to help me be more comfortable, or if I need to walk home. It's a bit of a walk from where I work to my home, but if need be, I can do it. If I need to get to where my preps are and the truck's not an option, there's that there. So, that's my philosophy of a bob bag. My bob bag isn't going to be designed to go and live in the wilderness, while there is in my area, the Bruce Trail that will take me a good chunk of the way, bypass a bunch of highways and stuff, because there's bridges over the highways, might be a good idea. So there's definitely that that I'll be taking into account and working on and figuring out. I'll be figuring out a route with you guys for some of this stuff, but also the main focus is building the budget survival kit for those who don't have the money to build it up front. Alright, but my philosophy of a bob bag is absolute worst is to get me home when there's no, where the roads are down, where, whatever. So that's the idea behind the bob bag for me. And it's also, you know, if I get stranded, you know, so I have a blanket if I'm stranded in the truck, or if breaks down or whatever. I've got a blanket, I've got, you know, a candle, I've got, you know, a flashlight, and, you know, there's some stuff to make me more comfortable while I wait for help. It's not very often where I live that I'm out of cell phone range, but if that were to happen, you know, hopefully someone at least knows where I am to go look for me. I can survive that cold night, especially now that winter's coming. Some of the stuff I'll be doing, I'll be looking in local stores. Others, I'll be going online because some stuff just isn't available around me. The nearest surplus store is about an hour away, military surplus. So a lot of, you know, you can get some good deals, but at the same time, I've seen at surplus stores, say used military canteens and canteen cups, for about $20 for a canteen and canteen cup, and you might get a case in there. Well, I've got some ideas to save some money on water storage and cups. I'll share that with you in a future video, since it's easier to show in video than in print. And in addition, there's also the fact that if I go online, I could probably, shipping might cost a bit, but I could get that same canteen and canteen cup for maybe $1.50 for the canteen, maybe $3 for the used cup, maybe $5 for the case. So, you know, some deals will be found online, and granted there will be shipping on that, and since a lot of it tends to come from the States, possibly some duty charges. But the idea is, I've got to look at, in the long run, am I saving any money over if I go to the surplus store and pay the $20, $25 for the whole shebang? And in other areas, you don't really want to skimp. All right, those, I don't have one sitting around me, but those cheap little space blankets that you get at the dollar store, little space age stuff, they're really not very good. I've never had to sleep in one, but I sure wouldn't want to. I've opened one up to see what it was like, and it really isn't that good. So I'd probably spend a bit more money on a real thermal or space blanket that's of, you know, decent quality. I may spend $15, $20 on something that's a little bit more feasible. I might go online and get an Adventure Medical Kits emergency bivvy. Those are pretty light. They're not too expensive. You know, there's some options there. So just keep in mind, we're doing this on a budget, and we'll be using various means to get our hands on the gear, and we'll be using different techniques that you may not have thought of. You know, a lot of people tend to think of military canteens or even just Nalgene canteens on their bob bag. Well, I've got an idea where I can take a tomato sauce can, punch some holes in the side, get some baling wire, and you've got a little cook kit that can slip inside the 1 liter Rubbermaid water bottle. So there's some options there that we can work around to make some of the gear, which is another thing I'm going to be showing you, is making some of the gear. So this is Fraser from Manitoba Preppers Network, signing off. And I look forward to hearing your advice, anything you have to say that could help me out in this endeavor. And you know, I definitely look forward to making the Budget Survival series. So anyway, I'm out. Take care.